Hello and welcome to the show. This week's FailRace episode, we start with Judog 20 on GTA 5 racing around the snowy streets of Los Santos. He's cutting it a little bit fine with his time trial, comes flying into the petrol station, can't get the car turned enough, bounces off a crash barrier and is not going to be moving the car anymore. The wheels are spinning on both sides of the barrier and that T20 is going nowhere. Regularly score 1, attacks a bridge with a boat. Not really the smartest idea because the bridge very much wins as the boat is now stuck upside down. A little bit of an unfortunate kind of wave timing as the speedboat jumped up into the air and pinged off the bridge. Can't quite climb back onto the top of the boat either. I mean, it's always good to roll vehicles, but definitely the bridge won that one. SVK Burrito messing about in the storm drain. It's a good fun place to be messing about. Doesn't quite realise that he's about to run out of storm drain as the car goes for a jump and then goes for a swim, and still it keeps on going. The amount of time that thing was stuck underwater, I don't know if Franklin's special ability has something to do with it surviving all of that. That is a proper submarine car. I mean, Bond would be proud of that. The amount of water that thing went through, so yeah, well done, Oracle, for surviving all of that. Kasux 97 goes off-roading with his Sterling GT, and we see another car stuck in an awkward place. This one, though, doesn't even look like it should be stuck down here. It's just managed to get itself beached and can't get the car moving again. Yeah, the Sterling is not the prime choice of vehicle for off-roading. Draw Ridiculous on LA Noire. First of all, spot some AIs managing to bump into one another at a cross-section. Also, look at the body roll on these cars. Impressive. But keep an eye on the distance on the traffic in the next junction where the collision causes a random AI to do a double roll. I mean, well done with a double roll. And I love how they're missing a door, the bonnet's, coming up, and they just drive off like nothing happened at all. Impressive stunts. But, gotta love the AIs. A 98 Jeep XJ on Forza 6 manages to scoop up a driver tar and have his McLaren on the top of the Hummer. And it stays there for a remarkably long time as well as they come around the other bank to corner. It does eventually slide off. I was amazed just how long that stayed on the roof. Then gets deposited in front of someone else. Shadow Wire on Trials Fusion. I do quite like Trials Fusion. Great game. This one here, as he's coming towards the end, does a little bit too much of the showboating, trying to do flips, and manages to get himself in some serious trouble. Between the wheel and the back bit of his bike, he can't move any further forward. It's not going to go, and the only other option is to fall to your death with the explodey barrels. Yeah, you shouldn't do too many celebratory flips before you've finished the level. The Orange Dog 21 on R-Factor finds one of these very useful anti-corner cutting devices. This one launches the Formula 1 car into the air for a double roll and a twist and stuck the landing. Went a little bit into the gravel trap, but gets going again, no problem. That's what we should have to discourage corner cutting. Curbs that launch cars a mile to space. Keeping with Formula 1 cars, black and red, on a test drive Ferrari Racing Legends, coming up towards a Rouge with these Ferraris when a little bit of a bump causes the AI to have a huge issue. Quite why that bump causes the AI to roll in that manner. I think it looks like in that slow motion, just the wheels slightly kind of run over one another. It's enough to confuse the game and to launch the car, and then we do some spins as well, just for good luck. Just enough to upset the physics for whatever reason. Yeah, some big issues there. Suburtus on Drift Streets Japan overcooks things a little bit. In his Nissan, the game gets very angry and decides the Nissan should go to space. And I love how he's scoring points for drifting. If this is what drifting was, I'd be doing far more of it. But many rolls from the Nissans, and we will end up in the foliage. Yeah, I'm not sure the car's supposed to be out in this part of the map. I will be honest. Don't quite know why the barrier got so angry, but there we go. Speaking of flying cars, Suzuki Blaze on the crew spots an AI leading the race, go for an almighty jump, and come crashing back down, depositing a AI car in front of him. Jay Duckers on Watch Dogs is being chased by the police, times the blocker perfectly to cause the police to go for a fiery front flip. Well done, officers there. That car is not going to be moving much further. Yeah, well timed with the blocker as well. Can have lots of fun with them things, causing all sorts of chaos. HLR Juggernaut on Mad Max is possibly looking for a shortcut, going to do some off-roading, a little bit of rock crawling with his vehicle. Starts off kind of okay. Physics decides car should be up in the air and fires it off down the mountain. Does eventually come to a rest and is still drivable, but those pesky mountains. Mustang Yeti on Just Cause 3 is doing some off-roading as well as he comes around a corner. The car in the way, and physics decides said car should no longer be in the way. Launches it up into the air before coming back down, and there's just a flying body as well after it explodes. Good old Just Cause. And finally, Elite Oreos is messing around with a motorbike, trying to decide what to do with the AI in front of him. He bails off his bike, causing an explosion and taking out the woman on the other motorbike. Turns out she was riding a possessed bike, as it was none too happy about being exploded, and will sit there doing some impressive stunting. And still, it keeps going. We managed to make perpetual motion on a Just Cause 3. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. If you have clips you would like to submit to this series, then you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and you can find all of the rules and how to submit them in there. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.